Hello everyone and welcome to Airedale News. I hope you're having a great day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Today, we're going to talk about a shocking episode, one of the most heartbreaking moments Airedale has ever delivered. A night when the entire village crumbled before April Windsor's confession and Dylan's critical condition. A night that left viewers stunned, heartbroken, and angry all at once. It all started with a seemingly simple moment. April thought confessing the truth would free her, but unexpectedly, it unleashed a greater tragedy, turning the truth into a nightmare she couldn't have foreseen. Her story became a heartbreaking portrayal of guilt, despair, and the terrible consequences of secrets her small shoulders couldn't bear. The atmosphere in the episode is thick with fear. Every scene, every line of dialogue, every glance powerfully impacts the viewer's emotions. April, trembling and vulnerable, finally reveals the truth she'd kept hidden for weeks. A small, weak confession, yet it shatters her family's life. Marlon is on the verge of collapse. Rona is both angry and bewildered. Tom King lurks like a predator waiting for an opportunity. And the whole village begins to whisper. Could April be the reason Dylan is in such a tragic situation? The boy is on the brink of death, leaving his family in despair. What makes April's confession more haunting than any other is the terrifying silence. No screaming, no excessive drama, just a broken child, whispering the truth she can no longer conceal. But that silence creates devastating consequences, making everything even more agonizing and suffocating. That day, Marlon felt like the world was collapsing before his eyes. The truth he knew shattered in an instant. Meanwhile, Dylan's condition deteriorated rapidly. The moments the doctors struggled to save him were breathtaking. Dylan's face was pale and motionless, forcing viewers to confront the grim prospect that no miracle would happen. Airedale skillfully juxtaposed April's confession with Dylan's worsening health, drawing viewers into the internal struggle. Was April the culprit, or was she just a child who made a mistake and didn't know how to cope? And who would be held responsible? This ambiguity made the episode sharper and more multifaceted. Especially when Tom King appeared as a catalyst for the chaos. He deliberately exploited April's fear, distorted her words, sowed doubt, and angered the audience with his cruelty. Meanwhile, the entire village was engulfed in a wave of intense emotion. Rona was furious. Kathy was stunned. Laurel tried to calm the situation. Dingle hesitated between protecting and doubting. Charity was enraged, defending April at all costs. And Kane silently observed, understanding that what was about to happen could lead to unforeseen consequences. Then the fateful moment arrived. The doctor appeared with a face that would terrify any family. The atmosphere froze. Everyone held their breath. Dylan was dying. Every word, every sentence, was like a knife stabbing into the viewer's heart. The boy's family had completely collapsed, and there was no hope left to cling to. Airedale chose to focus on human suffering rather than just pursuing the plot. Trembling hands, collapsing legs, choked sobs, lifeless faces, all depicted the brutality of loss. April could barely stand upon hearing the news. The little girl's world crumbled in an instant. She was no longer just a child who had made a mistake, but a child haunted by the fact that her confession came too late and could have made things worse. Marlon faced a major psychological battle. He wanted to protect his daughter, but couldn't stop thinking about the boy in critical condition. Rona was torn between anger and maternal instinct. Both were thrust into a struggle between morality, love, and fear. When Dylan's death was confirmed, the village of Airedale was plunged into a somber silence. Grief turned into resentment, and everyone needed someone to blame. April became the easiest target. She gradually sank into a spiral of guilt, constantly tormenting herself, convincing herself that she was the one who had destroyed everything. Airedale also shows the perspective of Dylan's family. The scenes of them weeping, breaking down, and clutching the boy's belongings brought tears to the audience's eyes. Their pain was so real and so cruel. Meanwhile, Tom King continued to sow discord. He went from Dylan's house to Woolpack, whispering ambiguous words to direct all the anger towards April. Without violence, but through words and subtle cruelty, he was tearing her apart hour by hour. Then the police arrived. Their questions, their stares, April's fear upon seeing them,